I did. It just took me a little longer to get there. I did. Yeah. Um, yeah, look, I think another productive night tonight. We added a player to our secondary that we feel really good about. We feel like he comes in and competes at the corner position. He does have some flexibility to potentially move inside. He's an outstanding special teams player, so in terms of adding some depth to our team and in terms of helping our team as a core special teams player, we feel like we really helped our group today.
There is like a lot of talk about maybe him being able to play anywhere. You do see him at safety or nickel?
No, I see him at corner.
Corner or nickel?
Yeah, I see him at corner. And but look, he's another one of those guys that fits our culture and what we're looking for: tough, smart, competitive. And when you have smart players, they're versatile enough to do a lot of different things. But we see him going outside and competing at the corner spot initially, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Dennis, how much does his ability on special teams factor into like using a guy in the second round?
Well, I think anytime you're looking at a guy that's maybe a little bit of a developmental guy, his ability to play on special teams. Obviously, the corner position is a position that we feel pretty good about already, and so we're adding a guy into the mix, and the fact that he can be a dominant or has the ability to potentially be a dominant special teams player, I thought was a big factor for us.
Did you guys set out wanting to get a corner, or is that kind of grade driven at that point?
Well, look, I don't think you can ever have enough corners. And so I think anytime you have, like, there's certain premier positions in our league that I think are important, and it's okay to build on a strength. So I wouldn't say that was a spot that we were dead set on we were going to have to go out and get. But yet we were excited when he was there when we got ready to pick at 49.
Dennis, did you all try to move it all today, or is it basically the status quo?
Well, I'd say there were some discussions, but nothing really materialized, and we felt good about who was there when we got ready to pick at 49, so that was good for us.
What's left? Who are you taking tomorrow?
I wish I knew. But at least we're going to have a couple picks tomorrow, so we'll see what we can do.
Feel good to add a defensive guy to your group now? First draft?
I felt like it was a little strange. I mean, we went 2 offensive guys yesterday, so adding a defensive guy today felt a little strange to me. But listen, I think we're just trying to help our football team. We're trying to find the best players we can to help our football team and give us an opportunity to go out and be successful, and we feel like we're doing that right now.
What are some of the traits you guys really like about Alontae?
Well, like I said, I mean, tough, smart, competitive. I think he plays the game the right way. He's a really physical corner. He's got size. He's got length. He can run. So there's a skill set there that we like. And I think more so than anything else is just, I keep saying it, tough, smart, competitive, tough, smart, competitive, tough, smart, competitive. That's what we're looking for. And I think that's what all the guys that we've drafted so far to this point have those qualities. And I think that those intangibles, I think, really help your football team.
Is press a specialty of his? Like, is that something you see that he's the most?
Well, I certainly think that's something that he can do well. And I don't think that's, when you're a 6-foot corner and you got length, I think that's something that we obviously look for. And so I think that's a skill set that he has, yeah.
And that, I mean, this has probably been true since you were first here, or, first as a DB coach. I mean, that's something that's almost like a must for your corners, that length and that man coverage ability.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, the number one thing for a receiver to do is catch the ball, and the number one thing for a corner to do is cover. And so that's one of the first things we look for is the guy's ability to cover.
I can't remember if you addressed your vision for Marcus May at all, when you guys were in Indianapolis, but, or, well, that wouldn't have been the timing, but, or the last, the owners meetings. But do you see him as more of a strong than a free?
Yeah, I think that's kind of our initial thought. I do think there's some flexibility with the player, and that he can play both positions, and so certainly I like that vision, and I like the fact that he's got the ability to both play in the deep part of the field as well as down in the paint. So I think he's another one of those versatile safeties that can kind of do either one, but we kind of got him slotted in at the strong safety position.
So do you still feel that's a position that needs to be added to, or does this draft pick, even at corner, sort of bring your total up in the secondary overall?
Well, look, I think it's still a position that we're looking at, but we feel good about the guys that we have in the building right now, and so I don't think there's any need to try to force something to happen. If there's a good player that falls to us that plays the position, we'll take him. But we're not. I mean, I feel good about the guys that we have.
Dennis, all three of these guys you took played a lot of football, seniors, been in a lot of, I guess, a lot of game tape. I mean, is that coincidental? Is that something you all value? Guys that started a
Well,
lot of
look, probably a little bit of both. Certainly we value guys that have played a lot of football, guys that have played in competitive environments, whether it be the SEC or the Big Ten, or guys that are seniors and have played a lot of football. They're a little bit more mature. But yet I think a lot of it's dictated on how the draft, kind of fell to us. But yeah, certainly, their maturity, I think, was a big part of why we really liked them.
Dennis, when somebody, like, you went to Tennessee as a receiver and made the position switch while he was there, like, did you see did it take a while for that position switch kind of catch on to it? Did he pick up that pretty quick, or how did he kind of do that?
Well, look, I couldn't tell you exactly how long it took the player to get to where he needed to be, but I just know in the film that we watched, we liked what we saw at the corner position and felt like it was a good fit for us.
Now, you mentioned, the potential on special teams. What do you see there? What are the traits you look for there when you're trying to find that type of player?
Well, number one would be willingness, and he's a willing special teams player. You're looking for that physicality. You're looking for an instinctive football player, and we feel like he possesses those qualities. All good? Okay, appreciate it, guys.